What's up, you guys? My name is ShawKill, and what you're going to be seeing is clips from my live stream during my SRS live that I did on Saturday, 5/20/2017. They're going to be cut up into a bunch of different clips, 10 minutes to 12 minutes apiece, roughly around there, and they'll be uploaded over time on the YouTube channel just to let you guys know about speedrunning and all that stuff. I don't know how many clips I'm going to have, and or how many, I don't remember how many questions I should say, but this first video is about the last SRS that I was going to release, and then the rest of the videos afterwards are going to be a bunch of just little questions that you guys have, and just kind of explained a little bit in detail about certain strats, certain things that I do, certain things that you can do as speedrunners, and just kind of learn how to play the game and just learn how to speedrun the game. So make sure you guys enjoy. If you do, leave a like on it. I'll make sure I get all the rest of these released probably every single day after, and we'll see where it goes from there. And we could probably schedule something else if you guys still have questions about things, or if they were not answered in any of the videos up until the end of this little bit that I have. We could schedule another SRS live for you guys, and I'll be able to release all that content for you. So thank you very much for showing up. Thanks very much for watching my videos, and I hope to see you in either a live stream or in the comment section down below. Thank you very much. Want to start off by saying welcome for everyone who is in here. This is going to be really interesting because this is the first time I've done this live. Usually I like to back up my stuff with evidence and research, and just to make sure everything's great for you guys, but doing this live is going to be a little bit different because this is based upon my knowledge at the moment. If I don't have the actual answer, we can go look things up. So that's what the great thing is about doing this live too. The last video for SRS that I was going to do was what are the best bosses for speedrunning in terms of item quality. And I decided to do a top 5 list for that because top 5 list makes more sense than a not top 5 list. So people requested it. I think on that video it had over like 40 thumbs up. It was a lot of people who requested it, and I did not release it because I didn't feel like it was good. Not the whole idea of the thing, but just the video itself. I felt like it was horrible. So let's get into it right now. SRS for bosses. If I can remember correctly, I did a top 5. So the number 5 one that I put on there was Plantera. The reason why for Plantera was just because of the spawn rates that you get inside the jungle. It does impact a speedrun heavily because, well, you have to go look for the Plantera bulb. There's no items that comes from Plantera that's useful in normal mode. Expert mode, you do have a chance of getting a pygmy staff, and you also have the chance of getting the sports act. Well, 100% chance, I should say. And you also have a high chance of getting a dev set from it too. So you can get easy wings, or you can get cool gear, I guess, or even a yo-yo. So that's how that works. Yeah, people did request it, yes. So that's the reason why Plantera is at number 5, just because of the spawn rates and stuff. If I remember number 4 correctly, it was Eater of Worlds. Eater of Worlds is, the only reason why for Eater of Worlds at number 4 is because of the expert drop, specifically. With the, what is it called, dude? I'm gonna go up here and look. Worm Scarf. That's what it is, Worm Scarf. See if I can find it somewhere in here. Expert, right there, right there. This guy right here. Worm Scarf, this guy right here. So that's the whole reason for it being number 4. Besides that, it's a really easy boss to kill, and you can easily get a Worm Scarf easy in expert mode. So that's the whole point of the Worm Scarf being at number 4 for expert bosses. Number 3, I believe, was Queen Bee. And the reason behind Queen Bee is because of the bee strat, bee nades and bee bow strat for Wall of Flesh, being able to get to that point. It's a very, very strong weapon. Bee nades, both bee nades and the bee bow. And if you also can get it, the summon. So there's 3 different types of damage that you can get just from one bee kill, which is really huge in a speedrun. And on expert mode, you also get the hive pack, which can increase the damage of pretty much 2 of those 3 items. So that's a really, really useful tool in terms of speedrunning. Number 2 is Wall of Flesh. If I remember correctly, I think it's Wall of... I know what number 1 is. Number 2 is Wall of Flesh, and the reason why for Wall of Flesh is because that boss specifically is your entitlement to the future run that you have, right? If you get yourself an emblem, like a summoner emblem as an example, or if you get a melee emblem if you're running full melee, or if you get a ranger emblem, which is probably the best emblem for your range class. You know, you get the shot bow, you get regular storm bows, that sort of stuff. Most of that is running as a ranger, and you're going to get more damage from it, 15%. So it's really useful. Expert mode, obviously Demon Heart, extra accessory, useful. Is there anything else from that boss that I could think of? I think there was some... Oh, yes, right. When you kill the Wall of Flesh, you can use bombs and or dynamite to be able to mine up Hellstone in Hell. So instead of having to go out and kill like Eater of Worlds or go fish for a Reaver Shark, you can wait for that point in time, and you can go kill Wall of Flesh before you even get your pickaxe, and you can go mine up the ores in Hell, which is really nice. It's useful. It quickens things up a lot too. The only issue behind that though is you're not behind a wall. You have to kind of blow up things, and you have to get really lucky with drops. But if you manage to pull it off, it's a lot faster than it is with mining it. So you have to get 60 of that stuff. It's easier to bomb. So number 1, if you guys haven't followed my channel for a while, and if you're new here, you're probably gonna think it's troll. Number 1 is the King Slime as the best boss in speedrunning. And the reason why the King Slime is because of its power in hard mode. And it's kind of weird to say because this is a pre-hard mode boss, but I'll explain in one of 2 ways. There's 2 ways to really explain this one. The first one is when you're in hard mode, you need to get souls to be able to farm up the bosses. Like, you need to be able to get your Destroyer, you need to get your Twins, you need to get Skeleton Prime. Those cost 9 souls apiece, right? At least 9 souls of each different soul type. So that's Souls of Light and Souls of Night. In order for you to get those, you have to go into each biome specifically, and you have to mine up each piece of soul for every single mob. You have to have increased mob spawns. You have to have like water candles, battle potions, stuff like that for you to increase your spawn rates, for you to be able to get the stuff for you to summon these bosses, which can take a long time. It takes like 20 minutes roughly of you farming maybe both just for 9 souls of both. That's it, right? What if you want to get a shot bow with that, or a storm bow? Sorry, if you want to run a storm bow in the light, that's going to take you the same amount of time roughly on top of what you farming for souls just to get a chance for a shot bow, right? So that's 40 minutes of your entire run, roughly, just to attempt 1 chance for a shot bow and your summons for your bosses. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous time. King Slime makes it for 10 minutes. The whole thing. 10 minutes. And you can farm up more than 1 mimic. You can probably farm up like 4 or 5 mimics. So it increases your time drastically. And the reason how this works is the King Slime, when you attack the King Slime and you fight it, it drops these little blue slimes everywhere. And the blue slimes, as well as the spiked blue slimes too, the blue slimes inside of a hollowed biome or a corruption biome or a crimson biome will drop souls. Yeah. So, pretty much from there, you get these little blue slimes everywhere. You get all these little blue slimes, you kill them, and you'll have a chance of, per King Slime, roughly 7 to 14 souls per King Slime. So that increases your speed. That's almost a mimic. That's almost a mimic. 14 is almost a mimic. 15 is a mimic. So that's really huge. And you could just summon 1 boss per biome, and it takes you like maybe 2 to 3 minutes to kill it, if not less, if you have a better damage weapon. And that's really fast for getting souls. So that's one reason why the King Slime is number 1. The other one is because of the slime saddle. I love how this boss is just so broken. The slime saddle, let me go get this stuff here real quick. Let's say you go and get a merchant, you get yourself a, fuck, what is that thing called? I gotta go find it. Merchant, where are you at? Merchant. Merchanto, here we go. So this is the merchant. He sells the sickle, this guy right here. And you use the sickle on grass to get hay, and then you use a sawmill, this guy right here, which is just iron bars or lead bars, the iron ropes or the chains, and the wood, and you just make that, and then you can make the target dummies. All you need is 2 dummies, so you place these 2 dummies down like so, very simple, and then you go 8 up. I believe that's 8 right there. And then you put a block over, like so. And you can keep this whole thing exposed to right there. And if you get on this dummy, which I'm not. So if you get on the slime saddle, and you can jump on this, like so, you'll be invulnerable. There's nothing in the game that can hurt you. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You could think of anything in the game at all, you will not take damage from it. Except for Moonlord and Wall of Flesh. Those are the only 2 bosses you cannot cheese. Every other boss in the game, you can destroy it using this. You don't have to even use wings. You don't have to use anything. You just sit still like this. And fight the boss. I mean, yeah. I'm spam clicking right now to get this boss up. I'll show you guys this. Here we go, watch this. He's gonna go right through me, I'm gonna take no damage. Taking damage every once in a while. Oh, I know why. It's because the Stardust Dragon. Let's move him over there. He's hitting the dummy, so it's resetting my timer. I'll just move him over there. Yeah, so the only downside behind this thing, from what I've seen, is if an entity, besides obviously from you, is attacking the dummy. So that means any of your summons or any of your projectiles are hitting the dummy, you will lose your invulnerability frames and you'll take damage, right? From what I just did earlier. But as soon as I move this guy away, taking no damage. Look, I killed it with a fucking slime. I killed it with a slime saddle. I killed it with a slime saddle. So, that's the top 5 bosses of speedrunning, for those that were asking from the last SRS. So, now that I got that done with, oh, and with the King Slime, I'm also going to add in there, you can also get a hook from the King Slime too, which is useful instead of a Cobalt Shield. So, there's that. Is this even fair for speedrunning? Yes, it is fair for speedrunning. It is fair for speedrunning. Speedrunning, you're allowed to use anything in the game. So as long as it's in the game, you're allowed to use it. 100% legit. Glitchless, on the other hand, it's not allowed. If you're running a glitchless run, not allowed at all. But since this is 100% or any percent, or if you're just running the game as base as it is, then yes, you can use it.